Okay, we have to be na pass around like no comment no share money aside dey. Enya bi ahwe na this particular man former NDC communicator. So na Volta region. Or the same way atodwa kire say Dr. Bawumia has won the heart of the Voltarian youth. So man for nyame adom a ade chi na koto aba enye nwanwa say Volta region Dr. Bawumia ebe de ebe sesa vote no honom of abusuafo kwana ko Trinity multimedia concept for mutual graphic designs nyina then manual printing ne branding nyina video animation Trinity multimedia concept mutwa de nyina ma correct we man kama twa de yopo for more contact details e school no so na de na ni omunye business yakọ ni ko tie this
What is
particular
happening?
former
Why do you
NDC
think that
communicator
in the Volta region we'll be able to get 300,000 votes this time around from
Yes,
100,000?
because the MPP has really worked and the youth are really resonating with the party, especially because of the free senior high school education policy that was implemented by His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Trust me, it has really given a lot of youth the exposure and then the opportunity to go to school. Because when you come to the Volta region, during the NDC era, trust me, there were a lot of, I don't know how to put this, but there were a lot of things that went bad, especially teenage pregnancy, open defecation and all these things. During the NDC era, all these things were huge. But coming to the MPP, because of the free senior high school, a lot of people now have been educated. They have at least been civilized. So all these things have really gone down the drain. I can tell you for a fact that the MPP, even the 300,000 votes, we are going to get more than that. And when we get more than that, trust me, Dr. Bawumia is going to win hands down.
So you mean we'll get 300,000 votes together with 3 or 4 MPs?
Oh, yes, of course. It is very possible, highly possible.
Yeah.
Because Honorable Makapu Kofi-Wanya and his executives are not relenting at all. They are really working 24 hours on the clock to make sure that we get more than that. You see, initially, the MPP used to get 100,000 votes when OT and the Volta region were together. But immediately OT was carved out of the Volta region. The Volta region alone had 100,000 votes in the 2020 election. That alone should tell you that we have done massively. We have strided massively. So coming in 2024, looking at all the policies we put together, the planting for movement jobs, the free SHS, just name it. A lot of people, as I'm talking to you now, I remember the General Secretary of the NDC, Fifi Kwete, came to the Volta region and was saying that the NDC should be a religion that people should follow because they know that most of the youth are now resonating with the MPP. So they are really scared that we are going to give them around for their money. So trust me, we are going to deliver 300,000 plus votes for Dr. Bawumia and 4 parliamentary seats.
Thank you so much.
Possible.
Thank you.
Amafo, if the Sirimu are one of their own and Wabeka Sansem way. So what I say, Dr. Bawumia, Volta region, 300,000 vote. And in fact, so MPP for winning this particular voter, hands down, NDC for lose. And that's the point. I heard some of our can also. It tells it also many class abo. For seats no can almost any answer because this time around social media, I was no anti campaign number. I was no hey a man on quite on man quite too much. On my campaign about how many as any answer motor. Do I imagine? So a man for your coding could be more and so I Dr. Bawumia one-on-one interview with a
This is my first time.
and then it's
It's such a pleasure. We talk about you in this studio a lot.
Well, I'm here now. Thank you.
So we've been looking at your photographs on the campaign, and you seem to be enjoying it. It looks like it's been very hectic, but you have really covered a lot of ground in a very short time. What happened? Were you panicky? Were you afraid that I'm going to lose this election? But the kind of ground you've covered, wow, it's phenomenal.
Well, Paul, I think that you have to do what you need to do. But I think after being elected in November last year, this is just about a year ago, we had to figure out how we're going to run this campaign. And it was a campaign that you had to take your message to the people. And so we made a decision that we would go to every constituency and deliver the message and try to convince. Like, after all, the campaign is about convincing people to support you, to vote for you. And so it was a clear plan from the beginning, not driven out of panic, but just the reality on the ground that you were coming in at a position where we had spent a year internally wrangling in terms of the primaries. And so when we came out, we knew that we had a lot of work on to do. I mean, I technically am the incumbent as a vice president, and my opponent is a former president. But I have felt that I was the underdog, and I needed to fight like an underdog, and this is how I have run the campaign.
Some journalists said that Dr. Bawumia is running a campaign as if he's the opposition against the government. But let's come back into the MPP context.
Yes.
After you were elected as the flag bearer, it was widely predicted, but not many people were sure what will happen to the MPP after they elect the first northern leader, etc., etc.
Yes.
And some people were pensive about the picture that this was going to create. But again, you've done something phenomenal. But at this time, a year after, you've managed to get almost everyone in the MPP at the base, at the top, coming back in. And I'm referring to people who are clearly opponents of your boss and patron Nana Akufo-Addo, who are in the party. I refer to names like Richard Ananienko, who are opponents of Akufo-Addo one way or the other. And all of them coming round your campaign to support what you are doing. And at the constituency level, we always read of fracas that have been resolved and things that have happened. People were going to run independent, then they changed their mind. Do you have a desk for unity in your office? How integral is that to your work?
Well, I think that as a person, even within my own family setting, I am a unifier by nature. I have grown up in a polygamous family. And my father had 19 children, and I get along with everybody. All my brothers and sisters, pretty much, we get along, and I am very conscious of that. And so, uniting people, unifying people, dealing with diverse groups of people has always been something that I have always done. And so in the context of our politics, when, I was elected, I knew that, fighting with a divided party was going to be problematic, because the margins in terms of the two parties are always very close. You each have 45, and you have to look for 10% and from between you. So if you don't have your 45, then you are starting at a big disadvantage. So to give yourself a fighting chance, you have to first unify your party, because we had come through a very bruising primary. And so I made it very clear that, to win this election, first of all, we have to unite our party. And the party elected me, and I think I had made the case that I would be able to unite the party, because I had no issues with anyone, so to speak. So I was able to reach out and speak to everybody to say, come on, I'm building an inclusive tent, and I want everybody to come on board so that we can transform this country. And I was able to reach out. I visited all my opponents after I won. Usually they said that normally they will come and visit you, but I said, no, I'm not waiting for anybody to visit me. I'm going to visit them, and I make the case for them to join me. And so I spoke to everybody who mattered, pretty much, and I said, I need your help. I need your help. I want us to come together. And they were very generous. They were very, very generous. They came on board. And so we have fought this election as a united force across, pretty much, So it's been very good. I mean, of course, we're 10 who contested. So far, 9 of us are together. So that's not a bad.
So a unifier can see na yanum gangi up against like any granny edge is a Ghana. Nipa papa say we would jan all mark of a day. Or man for you couldn't go to a time jet and soon send me or the two. I 2 NDC 4. So because I didn't know NDC for some matter, but I'm not married. So because MPP for my mama job better
Hello
than
guys. Me cheche amu
no
nyina na
so
me
we go
just short
take
video we ama we MPP ni atie me. We NDC ni atie me. Say enyoma asesa me the content bi ba na friend election time referee inti me ko all over. Eko share send ye Ghana for a voti baby omo pese omo di abato ne ko. Initially na me share economy ni mu a me I was in for NDC. And I realized, everywhere I went to, the voting behavior, the voters' behavior has changed. First, 4 years ago, 8 years ago, now man for the campaign chi. Now things have changed. Sunday crown on no free sorry bo be fufu adi ada because when you say election time you drew ye den I was okoto. Enti enye okodi obi echi. People are looking at business relationship. Me could campaign we chi na me korea I will get enemies for myself or create enemies for myself. It is an money in. So you might presume say NDC 4 they are doing well with their numbers with the crowd side. Are they going to turn up to vote? Are they going to join the queue? MPP 4 voters, Oma for Omo. Everywhere I went, I say Oma Giomani. But they are going to vote. If you check your video to and you look at the response, MPP 4 and the floating voters, especially now, they are looking at Bawumia personality. Say, Papa no did attempt, Papa no, even if they don't like the man or they don't like the party, they realize the campaign is so different. And that these are the things that is informing people to vote. Into NDC near, you people should find within 24 hours a message. NDC4 should find a new strategy, a 24-hour strategy, a message that people can relate to. NDC4, this is how people can relate to them. The more they want to look stronger, the more they push people, and it reminds them of their past relationship with NDC. But it might not be like that. Election time referee, me survey na aberiye. But honestly, from my research, Accra, Greater Accra, NDC befa. Western region, Central region, MPP befa. For Volta and you kind of saying Ashanti region, we know where they are going to go. MPP is going to pull out a surprise in the north, especially Upper East, Upper West. Into save video way. Now after the election, you will know say Yendi, I did a good job going on the grounds and I went out there to do an organic survey and the political dynamics and the campaign strategy has changed. And yes, I the campaign na manfo di echiri bebree no. Ebi na sese omoye. But MPP for and they are going to turn up and vote.
so on strategy na MPP for the number. Is it any bia bam? Doctor Mambo me bi nkrofo ani ama. Sa dede na o there. E serious o. Asem na o ka no, e serious issue pa na o ka ne sa. O ma fa TV ga na ja comment section me ba